Hello, guys. That's Bailey 27. I think that's still my name. I don't really check my jug, so I don't know. Maybe it's something else because I know I changed my name quite a few times. But anyways, I'm here about to talk about how we can. I feel like Christians should have. I feel like we should like write down verses that really speak to us, or just verses in general like that. Talk about different subjects. Like I wrote verses myself, like verses about overcoming the world. That's one. Verses about warning about the devil. Verses about having faith. Verses about lust. Verses about. Let me show y'all actually. Verses of God's word. That's one. I have all of these verses I wrote down. Verses preaching the Bible. It's good that we preach the Bible. I feel like we should all preach the Bible, It don't have to be long or anything. It don't even have to be exactly preaching. It could be like if you're trying to convince someone to do research, like there'll be I would like try to convince people to like open the Bible and let them do research. Like I will first ask them, like I will start my job and I'll ask my coworkers I haven't asked this question yet. I'd be like, it's kind of a deep question, but how do you think the whole universe was created? And some of them do say that they do believe there's a God, and stuff. They believe in Jesus, but the ones that said I believe in the Big Bang or they're not sure how it came to be, I just say to them, well, does it make sense if a higher intellectual being made it? And some of them do say it makes sense. Actually, most of them say that does make sense. Like I can see that. Some of them say that I can't see it. And but I would still explain. I will say stuff like, look outside. You notice how we have trees and all that. We have trees outside. Just like how did that came to be? Like we have all this nature outside. We have a sun that's not too close or too far, a moon that's not too close or too far. We have resources to help survive. We have water, food. Animals have the same thing too. And also how we're made, how animals are made. We have an immune system, a working brain, a working heart that makes us functions. And if we get hurt, that our body will heal over time. Even if it's like a major injury, of course we'll still like need support about that. But like some major injuries could still heal over time. Not like completely. Maybe there'll be like a scar or two, but like it won't like no longer hurt, if that makes sense. That's for like some injuries. Not every injury. Of course, like if it's that bad, then it's that bad. But you know what I mean? So yeah, it really feels like, someone like made all of us and stuff. Like it's just no way that random cells just came together and just knew what to do. Like, where did those cells come from? Where did the Big Bang come from? It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I really think there's like a universe created out there. A universe like a sentimental being that created us, like high intellectual being. And reading the Bible and how it points out things that's like happening right now. Like it just made me believe it's the Bible, it's Jesus that's doing all this. It's Jesus. So yeah, back to I made all these verses. And of course, I'm not saying you gotta read all this every day. It's just good to have this down. I'm still like writing verses down here, like verses about different things. Like I'm still writing verses for like which one? I think about let me see, yeah, verses about forgiveness. I still gotta write some stuff down, and there's some other verses I still gotta write down. But I'm not saying you gotta read this every day. For me, this list, once I finish this list, I'm going to like read a part of them like each day, or yeah, I'm gonna read a part of them each day. Not like the whole thing again, it's a lot, but I'll just read like parts of it, like probably like one verse. I'll like I'll like just whoever, the title of this, like I'll only read one verse out of this title and stuff. I'm sorry, I'm not good at explaining stuff. And I also have like personal verses that I find important to me. Where is it? Personal verses right here. So like yeah, personal verses right here that like really speak to me, like my favorite verses. Oh yeah, make sure you always like have something like this to remind you that, Make sure you know what you're doing. Like, make sure you know that you're not doing any wrong. Like, try your best to not do any wrong. Not to pressure. Of course, we're all going to do wrong. We're all going to fall short. But 7 times a man falls down, and 7 times a man gets up. I know I'm not saying that verse right, but you know what I mean. Basically, I'm saying, like, if you know you're doing something wrong, but you keep doing it, you just, like, don't stop. You're not trying to, like, get away from it. Trying to find ways to get rid of it. Like, then, like, you know, God's going to see that, and he's going to be like, you're fake. You're being fake. You're not, like, you got to basically do everything. You got to do everything that's good. It doesn't matter how much you do good. If you know you're doing one bad thing and you just didn't help yourself, you'd be like, well, it's just one sin. That's it. You can't say that, you know, that doesn't count. Like, you got to try everything you can to be holy. Like, everything you can, okay? But don't be pressured if you mess up. If you mess up, like, you're going to always mess up. Until the day you die, you're always going to mess up. But, you know, just try your best to be holy like God. Just try your best. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to explain this better in another video. But, yeah, I just want to talk about it's important to, like, write down verses and stuff like that. So, yeah, definitely, you know, try to write down verses. And I would say read them, like, I guess every day. Like, again, the personal verses, like, it's not many verses. Like, you know, you could scroll down quickly. It's still, you know, probably take like 3-4 minutes for me to read all this, but it's worth it. You know, help me to remember all this. And, like, you know, over time, if I find more verses I like that, I'm gonna write that down too. I'm gonna write it down with this stuff. So, yeah, definitely give it a chance. Like, try to do that, of course. And of course, write down prayers too. But I think I'm gonna make another video about that. Yeah, I'm making that and stuff, because I don't want to take too much time. This video is 7 minutes. This is the longest I ever recorded video on YouTube, I think. Hopefully YouTube will take this and stuff. But yeah, that's just what I want to talk about. Y'all have a blessed day, okay? And give me criticism if I'm, like, explaining something wrong, if I'm, like, sounding, you know, too hard or anything like that. You know, if I'm, like, misquoting stuff, basically. So yeah, please give me criticism. Okay, y'all have a good one. Bye. Headbutt.